Friends, hello, hope you are well. Let's talk about what's going on here with this upcoming election with Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Both men are campaigning pretty hard right now. Obviously, Joe doing his own circuit, the mainstream circuit, and Trump doing his own circuit as well, with more than likely right now pushing a younger demographic than Joe himself, which is very interesting. Now, obviously, with me and my channel, changing things up here a little bit. Obviously, at being someone who highly looks to the future for someone as of myself that invests in the stock market, I'm always trying to get a leg up and seeing where the market is going. Now, obviously, with a Joe 4 more years or Trump 4 new years, things could dramatically be different here in the market and with what economists are saying what's coming here. So let's kind of dig into some polling and news of what's going on right now. So switching over here to my poll map right now, we can see that things are, looking more red than none. Obviously, we've got Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania here. Those are the states that we kind of just don't, we can't call right now, but right now Trump is up in these states. In Virginia, believe it or not, as of today, Trump is neck and neck with Joe Biden, which is very, very crazy. But obviously California, Oregon, Washington, Biden is winning, and up here, up north, New York and all that, he's doing what he usually does. So right now, even on a national, most places, even when you look at the national polling, it is head to head, but more than not when you look at in each individual state right now, Trump is leading. Some places pretty heavily, some places narrow, and some places it's just a Trump win. You look at Kennedy, there's just not much room left for him. He will just clean up, with votes that people don't want to vote for Joe, they don't want to vote for Trump. Now, with this, Trump himself has still not come out with a candidate who is going to run with him. Will it be a male? Will it be a female? Or, a lot of conspiracy is going on right now that he is going to pick Robert Kennedy here, that Trump and Robert could team up together, which, if that were to happen, I think that would be a pretty strong indication that Joe does not stand a chance. He would pretty much just devour whatever hope he had. So with that, obviously we're still 5 months away from this election. 2 weeks from now, on the 27th, Thursday, we have the first debate with Joe and Trump. So there's still a lot of unknowns of what's going to happen here. Now, Trump obviously has come out with his newest statement saying that he is going to take away income taxes for people, which is huge, and it's very, large companies don't like it. Your average workers love it because that is a lot more money in people's pocket, and he's going to highly tax international trade, which this is something he's talked about before, even when he was president already. But going back to this map right now, really trying to look at where it's at, with it standing right now, Joe is at 153. Trump is so far ahead, what he needs to be right now, even with this map. Even if Biden were to pull out a win here in Pennsylvania, he's still under. Let's just go ahead and give him Virginia. He's still under. Let's go ahead and give him North Carolina, but he's not doing well in North Carolina right now. Obviously, 270 are the electoral votes that are needed for someone to become president. Whoever hits it first is essentially the winner. Now, obviously, Trump trying to make him essentially lose in this right now is kind of difficult. Even if you go down here to Hawaii, which has, really been against Biden, especially since all this stuff going on with the fires, Biden really not doing much for the people in Hawaii. Even, still giving this to Biden, it's still not doing a whole lot. Obviously, it's only 4 electoral votes there. But most of these states that we are seeing right now that I haven't read, as of right now, they are trailing for the national votes for Trump. They are going for Trump. Even covering these back up right now, Georgia and even Pennsylvania not looking well for Biden right now. Now, obviously, it's still very early, and something, Trump could do something to hurt himself, but it would have to be something dramatic for Trump to really mess up right now. Even bad news for Trump is good news for Trump, and this is what we're seeing with all this going on right now. So, the bad news with Biden, you're talking about multiple major wars in the world right now. You're talking about, tax increases. You were talking about inflation still going up, rates not changing, all this stuff going up in America that people are very upset about. Now, last time, one of the biggest times that we saw a huge Republican takeover was here when Ronald Reagan won. Looking right here where Reagan just swept the nation. I mean, just like a cold win here. Pretty much just cleaning up everything, where he just in 1984 became the president. So, essentially this could be a reboot of what we're going to see here with this next election, which is funny because 4 years ago when Biden became president, it was quite the opposite, where people were saying that we may never see a Republican president once again. But, with woke culture, where the Biden administration was pushing narratives, certain tax increases, decreases, all the things that they have been focusing on, and really pushing money, foreign money outside the United States with wars. It's really made people think about where they want to focus their money right now, or where they want to focus their vote. Obviously, money too being a big thing about that. So, talking about this as a stock investor, this is where you really, you go, where could this, help the stock market if we were to see Trump win? Where could this hurt the stock market if Biden were to win, or vice versa, whatever it be? The stock market has been highly different with a Biden administration. Obviously, the S&P's done well, obviously, but the S&P is going to continue to do well no matter who's really in office. It's just its own machine. It's going to work. The NASDAQ, the S&P, all of that. Now, when we saw Trump in office the first time, the stock market did very well. Trump is all about the market, so the market does really well with Trump because he's talking about money, he's talking about the stock market, he's pushing the market, he's encouraging people to invest in the market. That's just not Biden's thing. He doesn't talk about it, he doesn't push it, and in the past when he has talked about it, it has not been positive. It's just not his thing. So friends, let me know what you think here. Do you think Trump is going to pull off a major win? Will he flip some states that we just did not see coming? Will he pull off a win here in Virginia? Is that possible? That would be remarkable if he did. Not saying it's going to happen, just saying it possibly could happen. Whether you like Trump or not, I think if you don't like Trump, I think you need to prepare yourself for what could happen. And if you do like Trump, then obviously you're pretty happy about this. Not trying to really focus on one candidate for favoritism here, just kind of, these are the numbers right now here in June. And right now, Joe is down a lot, and his people know this. This is why you're seeing such a push for Joe. He's doing interviews all the time, all these TV shows. They're trying to get him out there, but the problem is Joe's not really saying anything to please the public. He has no more tricks up his sleeve. He's used everything up. The administration has used everything. And he just signed another 10-year deal to Ukraine for gazooka amount of money. And that was pretty much the last, that was just the knife right there. It hurt him even more so. We've seen polls just change even from then, days ago. Friends, let me know what you think. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.